What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Locked In Sports Podcast. This is episode 9. I know this is kind of late. Me and Jordan were very busy this week, so he couldn't really predict the games like we do on Thursdays, but we're going to do it Saturday before college football and
Yep.
after a crazy night of high school football. Jordan, how you doing, man?
Good. Ready to get into some basketball today.
Oh, yeah, and we are going to jump into some basketball. I forgot to mention that. We got some big news later on, but first game we're going to recap for the high school level is Union County went to Sonoraville and got beat 45-22. I didn't really get to watch this game at all, but it's kind of what we expected to happen. Sonoraville was on a 4-game losing streak coming into this game, so they were needing to win badly. Union comes off that win last week against Kahula Creek, and Kahula Creek was actually up on North Murray earlier in the game. And I looked at the score at halftime of our game, and I was like, man, if Kahula Creek pulls this off, what an upset. But
Yeah.
North Murray did pull it out 21-16. But, um, if you're Union County, I guess you can say you fought hard down there in Sonoraville, but those kids senior night, so they got a lot more to play for than Union County did. So,
Yeah.
all in all, kind of a decent season for the Panthers. They competed very well. Um, it'll be interesting to see how they're coached next year. But Jordan, let's jump into basketball for the first time this year. This is going to be so fun covering basketball. But the Union girls last year went 19-12 overall and 8-8 in the region, and finished in sixth place in the region. Uh, they graduated 7 seniors last year, which is a lot.
Yeah.
But they're a well coached basketball team, so I think they'll be prepared for this year. One of the key players for the Panthers this year is Maddie Adams. She's a 6-foot post for the Panthers. I think she's going to have a big year. She's a big girl. She's a physical girl. They're going to be young this season, but it'll be interesting to see how the season plays out for the Panthers. I think they can definitely make the state playoffs this year, but
Yeah.
they got some talent coming up for sure. For the boys' side, the Union County boys went to the state championship last year. Lost a heartbreaker in the state championship to Butler, 57-49. Jordan, me and you both know how difficult it is to play against that 1-3-1 of
Yeah.
Union County. I think that's really what sent them on the run in the playoffs. I mean, if you play Union County every year, you kind of know how to beat that 1-3-1. But if you see Union
Yeah.
County in the playoffs, you do not want to play against that 1-3-1 because it's different.
Yeah. Nobody else really plays the 1-3-1.
Yep, nobody, and they're very well coached and know how to do it.
Yeah.
They finished 26-6 overall and 13-3 in the region, and finished second place in the region. They did not win the region championship. Um, they lost a lot of talent and leadership last year with losing 4 seniors.
Yeah.
But they're not just your 4 typical seniors that you lose. All 4 of these seniors contributed and played a role in leadership in a big way. The biggest loss for the Panthers was their point guard, Houston Henry. Not only could he score, but he could defend, and I think he played a huge role in that leadership aspect as well. He also controlled the pace of the game up and down the floor for the Panthers, and I think Coach Corey for the Panthers, if he knew the ball was in uh, Houston's hands, that it was all right.
Yeah.
Number 5 this year for the Panthers, Holden Payne. I think he has to step up and fill those shoes, which is going to be a tough thing to do. Uh, Holden was a 6 man for the Panthers last season, and he plays hard. He gets after it on the defensive end as well, but he can fill it up from 3. So I
Yeah.
think that'll be big for the Panthers this year.
That eighth grade group, that are the freshmen now that they have, that's a good group that
Yep.
he's and there's 10 of them. So he's got a good group coming up.
Union does have some talent coming up through their program.
Yeah.
Both Union County teams will go to Towns County to open up their season on November 11th. Um, Jordan, do you have anything else to say about the Panthers, basketball or football wise?
No. Ready for that first game up in Towns County.
That'll be a good game. Should be.
Yeah.
Um, Next matchup we're going to cover is we'll recap Christian Heritage and our Fannin County Rebels last night. Christian Heritage defeats Fannin County 24-14. With this loss, this most likely means that Fannin will have to go on the road for the first round of the playoffs, and more than
Now they were they were saying last night that Fannin has to win next week to even get in the playoffs. Is what I was what I
Well,
we were making it out to see.
yeah, their power ranking was on the verge of not being able to even like make it in, but
Yeah,
this loss to Christian Heritage, I think you got to compete next week if
yeah,
you really want to get in. The power rankings are weird, dude. I don't really know how to explain that. I don't know how they do that. If
yeah.
they do
I don't
get
know
in,
how.
yeah, if they do get in, I think they'll go to like somewhere like Tombs or somewhere like
Yeah,
that. And
somewhere in South Georgia is what I've heard because we'll probably be like a. If we do, I think we'll be like a 28-32
yep.
probably.
And I hate to say it, but I watched Toombs County play Rome earlier this year, and that Toombs County team is
Yeah, they're
really
good.
good.
May go to the state championship.
Yeah. Let's talk about the game a little bit last night. I know I was watching it. Cannon Holloway got the start at quarterback.
Yeah,
So Nate, I bet that was a hard decision for the coaching staff, but Cannon did get the start and uh, played a good football game for the most part. The first half, got a sack from the backside right there before halftime, causing a
yeah,
fumble, and that fumble in the end zone for the Rebels really cost them the game.
yep,
Um, Second half, couldn't get nothing going on the offensive side. They did put Nate back in at quarterback, but couldn't get nothing going. Uh, Christian Heritage kicked the field goal with about a minute and a half left to go up by 10, and we turned it over on downs. That was the ball game. But hate it for the Rebels this year. I think they're a lot better than their outcome was. But be interesting to see if they make the playoffs. But let's get into some basketball for the Rebels. Um, Fannon's girls, of course, they finished 29-2 last year overall and 16-0 in the region with a region championship and a state champion. So last year, our Lady Rebels did win the state championship. Um, they had an outstanding year last year, and they could possibly do the same thing this year. They could go back to back, Jordan. I mean, they lost a couple girls, but one they lost three seniors. I would say the only one that is a loss that you can't fill her shoes is Emma
Emma
Callahan. I mean
Buchanan.
Emma Buchanan. Yeah, that'd be the only one that. But I mean, you got girls that can fill her shoes too, but that's the only one that's like tough kind of to fill her shoes.
Yeah,
Um, Number 22, Reese Lewis, should have another big year this year. She's trying to go out on a high note with her senior year, and this will be her last go around at the high school level. Reese is a post, very physical inside. She's only 6 foot, but she's got great judgment with rebounding, and she knows how to use her body. I think the Lady Rebels will have another breakout season this year, and the sky's the limit. I mean, they could go
very
undefeated.
very good chance to go back to back this year. In my
Very good. As far as the boys go, the boys are coming off a big year last year with getting back to the state playoffs for only the second time in school history. And not only that, they went to the Elite Eight last year and fell to the engineering science tech team in the
yeah,
Elite Eight, 69-43. That team did go on to win the state championship. So if you're Fannin County, that's what you're looking at. Then I'm thinking this year we can go farther than that. Um, they only lost two seniors with Jack Sparks and Hudson Ethington. Hudson was a tough loss. Jack was kind of just more of a role player. Kind of knew what his job was when he got on the floor. Um, I think you're going to be looking at a Fannin team that has high potential this year, Jordan.
yeah,
They were for the most part young last year and really haven't matured yet. Number 23, Colton Kaler, he's the guy for Fannin
yeah,
County. He kind of last season he was kind of soft in some ways in his game, but this year I know we kind of played some pickup with him over the summer, and I mean he's kind of grown into his body a little bit more and knows how to use his body, and he's playing a little bit more physical, and I think that's huge for Fannin. Um,
yeah,
he can do anything you want: shoot, rebound, guard, defend. He can do anything. Um, Fannin will open their season this season at home versus Pickens on November 18th. So that girls' game will be a very good game.
yeah.
The boys' game, well, it could be a very good game too, but I think Fannin wins that one. But on another note, we have a special guest with us here today. He's a Fannin County alum. He went to play college basketball at Berea College. He's one of mine and Jordan's best friends. Uh, Caden Twiggs, how you doing today, big man?
I'm doing well. I'm glad to be here. Excited. My first time.
Yeah. So Caden, first question we got for you is like kind of give us a rundown of the college basketball experience and kind of tell us how that all transitioned from high school level to college level, and did you have a good time playing college basketball?
It's definitely very. It's not. I wouldn't say the experience was super different from high school basketball on the social side of it. You know, you still have your teammates and you learn and grow with them and you get all these experiences, but basketball is a different world. And you know, I played at the D3 level, so I'm not downing the D3 level, but it's definitely not the high school level and it's
Right.
definitely not the D1 level. You're expected to go in, get your business done with school first, and then you're an athlete, a student athlete, and D3 really hones in on having good grades and they hold you to a higher standard. And yeah, I only played 2 years. You know, I left after my second season.
Right.
But in the 2 years I was there, I learned that you, you got to be physical, you got to be mature, you got to be a man if you want to play. Um, and you just got to lock in. You can't ever lose focus. If you do, then next man up.
Stay locked.
Stay locked.
Sports podcast, baby. Well, that's awesome, Caden. What do you think? What do you think the Rebels will do this year? You and Colton Kaler. Colton Kaler's a little bit taller than you, but y'all's game. I think Colton can shoot a little bit better than you, but
Yeah,
I think
I'll give him that.
I think yours and Colton's game are kind of similar. So what do you think? What do you think the Rebels do this season?
Yeah, I agree with what you said earlier. They have very, very high potential. Colton really has to take that leadership role and just you know his. I coached him his freshman year, and I told him all the things he needed to do. You know, I can't say that I ever got looked at by the schools he's getting looked at by,
Yeah,
but they're probably telling him the same thing I told him his freshman year. You got to hit the weight room, gotta take that leadership role, and you got to change your mentality if you really want to be able to play at a higher level.
right.
And I think he's doing that exactly that. You guys got to play ball with him over the summer. Uh, if he does that, I don't see any reason why they don't go as far or further than they did in the playoffs. And then his surrounding cast. I mean, nobody obviously is going to take the spotlight away from him. I mean, being 6'7", 6'8", he can shoot the ball, he can pass, he can play defense, he's long, versatile.
Yeah,
Uh, but everyone else just has to know what they have to do to help him lead the team. You got Tyler. You have a pretty young team coming from last year,
right,
um, but you have a few seniors stepping up. Tyler has to be a good point guard. You got to have Matthew Ponton, whenever they get him back, he'll be
right.
a good point guard. And then just your other small Keaton Watkins will be a big part
Yes,
of the team.
yes.
So yeah, I really think that they do have good potential to make it further than probably they did last year.
I think Cannon Holloway is going to be a big part of that as well.
I'm right
Yeah,
there with you.
He got to play a lot more towards the end of the year last year.
yeah. I didn't get to watch the game last night, but I mean, did he look healthy? Like he was good to play, or
I mean, he
did it?
was pulling it and running it. I think he'll be good for basketball season.
Wow.
So,
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I'm right there with y'all. I think this is kind of going above and beyond, but I think that this could potentially be the best year in Fannin County High School basketball history. Like you have a boys basketball team who's coming off an Elite Eight run with a lot of their same talent back, and a girls basketball team that's coming off a state championship run with
yeah,
almost all of their talent back. So I mean, if you're a Fannin County fan and you want to go watch a basketball, I mean, go support them.
yeah.
yeah.
And
Uh,
that was going to be my question to you, Kate. And I was going to ask, like, what advice do you give somebody like Colton, who's kind of like just now growing into their body, and he's starting to learn his size. I know he kind of turned it on at the end of the year last year, but what would you give some more advice to him?
Um, it's definitely a mental thing. Like you guys both played with me since I moved to Fannin, and there was a shift. I feel like between my junior and senior year. You know, obviously, 10 points a game, and I broke my ankle junior year. We're not going to talk about that,
ice
but
skating.
we're
I
not going to
exactly.
talk about that. But it 10 points a game, 11 points a game my junior year to 20 points a game almost my senior year. And it was all mental. I mean, I feel like I had the same ability. I didn't put on any weight. Obviously, I stayed on the court and, tried to get shots up and free throws and just change the little parts about my game. But it's a mental thing. As long as you can find it in your mind, you have the ability to do it. So you got to stay out of your head. Don't let anything affect you, and just like push on. Just keep on going.
Yeah.
Well, Caden, it was great having you with us. Everybody, that was Caden Twiggs, Fannin County High School graduate in 2020, right? Just 2020 or 2021?
2021, 1 year
2020.
before you.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Come on, dude.
We're
Come
not
on.
math magicians on here, man.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, Fannin County High School graduate Caden Twiggs, thanks for joining us, man. And
Yep. Thanks for having me.
we'll try to get some more people on here eventually, but thanks for coming.
Yep. Thank you.
The next matchup we're going to recap was GAC and Pickens and Jasper. GAC beat Pickens County 49-35. This was another kind of matchup for the Dragons, kind of like the Rebels had, with if you want to go on the road or stay at home for the first round of state playoffs. The last two games for the Dragons, these last two games for the Dragons were huge for their playoff seeding, and they obviously just lost to GAC. Didn't really get to watch much of this game at all, but the score, from looking at the score, was definitely a shootout on both sides of the ball. So there's really not much defense being played. But if you're Pickens County, I mean, you just put up 35 points against GAC, but you come away with a loss, which is a Debbie Downer. But they're still going to go to the playoffs and could potentially. I mean, they're in a tough region, so they could potentially make a run in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Jordan, did you get a chance to look at any of this game?
No, I didn't get a chance. I was watching the Fannin Christian Heritage game, so I didn't get a chance to see that.
Yeah, this is kind of the downside with doing this on a Saturday morning. It's a quick turnaround, so you got a lot of games to cover. So we apologize for that. But anyways, Pickens basketball. The girls had a great year last year with a record of 27-3 and 13-1 in the region, and winning the region championship. They did graduate 3 seniors, but for the most part, they got a lot of girls coming back, and they were fairly young last year. They're very, very well coached and fundamentally sound. Coach Chastain with the Rebels and the coach for Pickens, they're really close, so they coach kind of similar. They went to the Final Four last year and lost to Jenkins 48-39. So that's tough for the Lady Nets, as they're called. But I think if you're Pickens County, you're excited for the girls basketball program this year again, and the sky's the limit for them as well. On the boys' side, the boys also had an outstanding year last year. They went 28-2 in the regular season and 14-0 in the region. I got a chance to watch Pickens a couple times last year, and they were fun to watch. They played fast. They got up and down the floor and hit a lot of shots. They did win the region championship. Pickens fell to Monroe in the state tournament, 63-58 in the second round. If you're Pickens County, that's got to be in the back of your head, being like, man, we should have went a lot further than that with our record and how we played in the regular season and stuff like that. But they did graduate 4 seniors last year, which isn't a lot once again. But these kids kind of like that Union team. They played a big role defensively and offensively. But Pickens does have some young talent coming up. Probably their best guard will be back this year, number 11, McCord Purdy. He should have a big year this year for the Dragons. He averaged 9 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists last year. The boys will go to South Paulding to start their season off, and the girls will go to Fannin. So the boys have a game before that Fannin game in Blue Ridge, but the girls, their first game will be in Blue Ridge. So that'll be a really big girls game. The boys game will be big as well. But Jordan, you got anything for the Dragons?
No, I know they graduated a lot on the boys' side, and I think they had two brothers, right, that were seniors. That
Two twins. Yep.
Yeah, I heard they were pretty good. That
they were both like 6'10", athletic. So that's a big loss.
Yeah, but I don't know that 8th grade group that are freshmen now. They're all right. I mean, our boys, we beat them last year. So, but they're talented. I mean, they got talent coming up. But
right.
They should be all right with McCord and Purdy. So
Yeah, McCord Purdy is definitely a hooper for sure.
yeah,
Next football matchup we're going to recap is Dawson County. Big game here, Jordan. Big game.
yeah.
Defeated
Not what I was
Lumpkin.
expecting.
Yeah, I mean, neither of us were expecting this. They defeated Lumpkin County last night, 31-14 in Dahlonega. Broke the Indians' hearts. I have written on here because we were going to record this Thursday. I mean, if you're Dawson County, you could potentially make the state playoffs with this win. And I mean, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where they come when the power rankings come out where they're at. But it'd be hard to put the Tigers not in the conversation. I mean, we've
Yeah,
said from day one they've competed in every game, and I mean they played GAC tougher than Pickens played GAC.
yeah.
Um,
But if they don't, you got to look at that loss that they had to White County. That
yes,
big
tough
loss
loss.
that killed them.
Killed their Momo and could, like you said, could potentially knock them out of the state playoffs.
Yeah,
But Jordan, do you think this win kind of pushes Dawson County over that hump, like we've been talking about?
I think so because they've competed in almost every game they've competed, and this is a big win because it was on the road at Lumpkin. So this was a huge win for them.
Huge win. The game next week in Lumpkin will be kind of a big game. It'll be
Yeah,
Lumpkin Pickens, so that's if
if
you're
you're Lumpkin, you got to win.
must win for Lumpkin, must win. Um, uh, let me see here. Okay, well, let's get into some Dawson County basketball first. So we had a matchup here with two teams, so we're going to do Dawson first. The
Yep.
Lady Tigers first. They went 15-12 last year and 8-6 in the region and finished in fourth place. They played a very, very tough and competitive region for girls basketball, especially. Um, it seems like every year the teams from this region, out of their little region, they make a run in the state tournament every year. Dawson, I mean, they finished fourth in the region last year and went to the Elite Eight. So it don't really matter what place you finish in that region. If you're competing for the top spot in that region, you're going to be good in the state playoffs.
Yeah,
As far as the Dawson boys go, they finished the season last year 8-18 overall and 5-9 in the region and finished in fifth place. Jordan, we kind of spoke about this in the first couple episodes, but Dawson used to be the top dog in
yeah,
basketball and was very, very good every year. Um, they only lost two seniors last year, but they were fairly young. Hopefully, the Tigers can turn around this year and shoot to have a winning record at least, and maybe push for the state tournament. But Jordan, we've talked about this before, but the Dawson County, our freshman, eighth grade, seventh grade year they were
yeah.
legit.
They were.
Uh,
They always would have one kid that would light us up.
right,
It'd always be us and them in the championship, and we'd always lose to them.
always. Um,
Uh, they have a they have a couple kids, that are freshmen this year
mhm,
that shoot pretty well,
yeah,
um, but it's only about two of them. The rest of them, they're I think they're more like football, baseball players. The
right,
rest of them, but they have a couple that may contribute, maybe next year, but
yeah,
I don't think they really have anything coming this year. So
yep. Well, we'll go ahead and jump into Lumpkin County's basketball now. We'll start with the girls.
yeah,
Uh, they're under a new head coach this year. Jordan, me and you know this guy pretty well. Uh,
yeah, we do.
he was our high school basketball coach. His last time coaching girls basketball at West Hall, kind of the same situation here. Got to rebuild the program, but maybe a little better. This Lumpkin program is maybe a little bit better than that West Hall program he coached.
Yeah,
But from what I could find on Max Preps, they graduated four seniors last year. They might be pretty young this year, but hopefully the Lady Indians, hopefully they'll have a good year. And I
yeah,
wish the best of luck to Coach Richardson. And
yeah.
Jordan, you got anything for the Lumpkin girls?
Yeah, I talked to him. He came to on my wedding. You were there,
Yeah,
but I talked to him a little bit about it, and he said they're young, but he has one girl that's getting looked at. I can't remember her name. I'll have to look at that for next week.
right.
But one girl that he has that's getting a couple scholarship offers.
Well, that's
Um,
good.
so he he has a good shot over there to do good with them. He's a really good girls coach, really
Really
good.
good girls coach.
So,
I think personally, I think he fits Lumpkin County system perfect.
oh yeah, I think so as well.
Um, and as far as the boys go, I mean, if you're Lumpkin County, that's a good hire for the girls basketball program because not only is he a girls basketball coach, but he brings two of his two sons, Jordan and Jaden Richardson, who are really good basketball players. Jordan's a really, really, really good point guard, and Jaden, he's just a sophomore this year, but I think
Who can shoot the lights out?
yeah,
Jaden's a freshman.
Jaden's a freshman this year. I know he's a sophomore.
Are you sure? I think he was in eighth grade last year.
No, he played JV for East Hall last year. Yeah.
He did, but he played up.
Oh, he did.
So they moved, and I remember texting Coach Richardson because Jaden was supposed to be playing on our eighth grade team last year.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
he's
he's a
only a
freshman.
freshman. Yeah,
Well, that's even more exciting. So
yeah,
he's a freshman this year for the Indians, and I think Jaden has some great potential.
yeah,
Jordan, I think he's going to get some college looks this year, but I'm excited to see the Lumpkin team this year. I think they got a lot of potential as a team.
yeah,
Um, this will be Jordan's senior year, so I think he's really going to have the attitude of I'm going to win and compete and want to win every game and go as far as I'm capable of going in the state tournament. They have a lot of upperclassmen that have played varsity for a while and have a lot of experience at this level. Lumpkin County, some of these kids on the team, it feels like they've been there since me and you were there, Jordan. I feel
yeah.
like they got the same kids.
Oh yeah,
I think this team could potentially push for a region championship this year in the region, especially with Jordan and Jaden being on the team. They're very well coached with Faulkner at the rim. Um, the Lady Indians will open up their season at East Jackson on November 11th, and the Indians will host West Hall on November 11th. So, big year for Lumpkin County, both girls and boys. That'll be interesting to see.
yeah,
Uh, Next football game, our last game we're going to cover is at the high school level, at least. Our last game we're going to cover is Gilmer with a score of 28, beat Adairsville. Big win with a
yeah,
score of 21. Um, this means that they're definitely in, but it'll be interesting to see what happens next week and how it'll affect their power rankings with other games in the region. Um, Bubba Callahan had a big game for the Bobcats at the Mike position. Uh, the quarterback for Adairsville, they beat Northwest Whitfield the week before this. Keep that in mind. Northwest Whitfield was undefeated in the region, but the quarterback for Adairsville ran all over Northwest Whitfield and could not be stopped. And one of my buddies, Brent Dotson, was telling me that Bubba Callahan was spot on him the whole night. And about the second series, met him in the middle of the pack right there and popped him pretty hard and got in his face and told him, "I'm going to be here all night, just so you know." So I think the quarterback kind of got a little bit frisky, and I would too if Bubba Callahan hit me like that. But
oh yeah,
uh, big win for the Bobcats. It'll be interesting to see where they line up in the state playoffs. Jordan.
yeah. That's a big win, especially with Adairsville beating Northwest Whitfield last week. So
For sure.
um, if you're Gilmer, just win next week and see what happens.
Yep.
That's all you can do.
Right. Uh, for the basketball aspect of the Bobcats, the Lady Cats finished at 16-12 overall last year and 9-3 in the region and finished in third place. They graduated 4 seniors, but have some young talent coming this year that will be huge. One thing that Gilmer was missing last year was the size and physicality inside. I feel like they
Yeah,
have really good guard play on the perimeter, but they didn't have anybody inside that was kind of physicality or anything like that. Um, Number 32, Paula Robinson for the Lady Cats this year, I think will be a difference maker. Kind of her presence inside. She's got to be physical inside of the Bobcats because if you're physical inside, it kind of opens up the aspect for the guards to kind of get out there and make something happen. Um, I don't really remember the girl's name, but she transferred from Fannin to Gilmer last year.
Jace, Jace
Yeah,
Sanders.
yeah, that girl, she's a
She
bucket.
can, yeah, she can shoot it.
And her led along with I think her name is Kinsey Keegan Bryant for the boys side. Uh,
Yeah,
his little sister, she's good. So the Bobcats, the girls will be good this year.
yeah,
Well coached as well. As far as the boys go, on the other hand, the Bobcats finished 12-14 overall last season and 5-7 in the region and finished in fourth place. Uh, They lost a big guard in J.D. Taylor. They kind of ran their offense through him last year, so it'll be interesting to see who's going to step up and fill his shoes. The McVay kid, he is a 7-footer, but I think he's still trying to get his feet under him a little bit. It seems like he's not his lateral quickness is not good enough to really be an excellent competitor at the high school level yet. But I think
Yeah.
it's coming for sure.
They just seem to have a McVay that's always 7 foot, don't they?
It seemed every year.
I
I mean,
mean,
it started with Cade Carter when we were there.
yeah, which is their stepbrother.
Yep.
So
And then it moved to Jackson. Now it's the other kid. Other guy. Number 0, Keegan Bryant has to have a big year if the Bobcats want to have any success at all. They have some young talent in the freshman and sophomore class, but as we all know, like it's a different level playing the varsity basketball than it is middle school basketball. Some of those kids coming right out of middle school and at the sophomore level are not gonna. They're gonna have to play some big varsity minutes, and it'll be interesting to see how that works out for the Bobcats.
yeah, they have a freshman. His name's Noah Rice, and I'm telling you what, that kid can shoot it. He lit us up last year. So
Yep. So that'll be interesting to see. So we got some high school basketball out there. So caught up with a special guest, Caden Twiggs. It was a good recap of how our high school sports. Looking forward to getting into some college here. Jordan, let's jump right in.
yeah, we'll go ahead and do our football just because it starts in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
We won't really talk about it as much. We'll just kind of get some predictions. First game we got coming up is going to be a good one. Ole Miss at Oklahoma. Oklahoma beat South Carolina last week. Ole Miss had the loss to Georgia. I still think Ole Miss will go on the road and win. I don't think Oklahoma is as good as their record is.
I agree.
If that makes sense. So I think Ole Miss will handle business. What's your thoughts there? Who you think is going to win, Landon?
I predicted Ole Miss to win as well. I think they got a good bounce back this week after losing Georgia on the road last week. When in that game they should have won.
Yeah,
but the Dogs prevailed. Anyways,
next game is Auburn at Arkansas. I'll be interested to see how this one plays out, Landon, because Arkansas has been putting up points the last 2 weeks, and that's against Texas A&M and oh my goodness, who's the week before? Tennessee the week before that.
And Arkansas is predicted to win this game, are they not?
They are. They are a 3-point favorite.
That's wild.
So I think I'm going to go Arkansas in this
Wow.
game. It's at Arkansas, and if their defense can just get a couple stops on Auburn, that Auburn offense ain't that good. So and I think Arkansas is going to be able to score. So I'm going to go Arkansas here.
Well, I'm going to go Auburn. I think their defense is too good for Arkansas to kind of get anything going. But I could very well see Arkansas winning too.
Yeah. And I could see Auburn winning as well. That defense is pretty good for Auburn. So next game, we got Alabama going on the road to South Carolina. Alabama is a 12-point favorite, but it's South Carolina's homecoming game, so you don't want Alabama to overlook it. I think it'll be close to start, but I think we'll pull away towards the end. I think we'll end up winning like 34 to like 14 or something like that.
Listen, Jordan, this is a sleeper game for the Tide. Okay, they cannot slip up here and lose to South Carolina.
Oh yeah, I know. Trust me, I know.
This is one of those weeks where they've had ranked win after ranked win after ranked win, and they're going into South Carolina thinking we're going to roll over them. Yeah, can't do that.
Yeah,
that's one thing Saban's teams never did. So it'll be interesting to see how this happens. But I think Alabama wins too. I'm not going to pick South Carolina.
Yeah, and it wouldn't surprise me if the first 2 quarters, it's like if you're an Alabama fan, you're uncomfortable. But I think pulling it out.
Right.
So, our next game, I mean, I'll save this one it'll be our game of the week. So we'll go ahead and skip to Texas going on the road to Mississippi State.
Okay.
At Mississippi State, that is could be a good game. Texas didn't look that great against Kentucky last week. Mississippi State, I think, has a better offense than Kentucky. But we'll see. I think Texas will end up winning, but it wouldn't surprise me if Mississippi State gets the upset. So
I pick Mississippi State.
Yeah,
go ahead and say it.
Yeah.
I think Mississippi State, they've played everybody good this year. I think the cowbells down there are going to be humming and ringing,
Yeah,
and I think Mississippi State pulls it out.
yeah, wouldn't surprise me. Next game we'll cover is Texas A&M on the road at LSU. That's a night game. Um, that place is going to be wild. But if you're Texas A&M, you got to win to keep your SEC championship hopes. Because if you win tonight, you have a good shot at making the SEC championship.
Right.
So if you're LSU, you're looking for that signature win for this season. So we'll see. I think Texas A&M wins, but I think it's going to be close. Um, what do you think, Landon? Who do you think is going to win that game?
I picked Texas A&M to win, but if you're LSU, I mean, you got the number 3 team in the country coming to Death Valley to play,
Yeah,
and you need a signature win, like you said. There ain't nobody else I'd want to pick to play other than I want Texas A&M. Okay, so I think LSU will play very hard, but I think Texas A&M wins.
yeah, I
Close
think
game,
so.
close game.
Yeah, yeah, should be a really good game. So the next game, Landon, Tennessee on the road at Kentucky.
Okay, can we just skip this one?
I'm afraid it's going to be a beatdown, son. I don't think Kentucky's going to be able to stop Tennessee, but hopefully they prove me wrong.
Well,
So
I just want to throw this out there, man. Vegas sees something that we don't see.
yeah,
The spread started at like 11 and a half for
it's down to 7.5 right now.
and
So
then it moved to 9 and now it's moved to 7. So I don't know what they're looking at. I mean, if you're a Kentucky fan, you want us to lose every game from here on out just so Stoops is gone.
yeah,
Uh, but I mean, I don't know, dude. I hope we compete, but
yeah,
in order for Kentucky to compete in this game, we got to score over 20 points because Tennessee's going to score, right?
yeah.
We haven't done that all year,
Nope.
all year. And the last 10 years, we have competed, just competed, not one. We've competed with Tennessee twice, 2 times. Okay. And other than that, it's been a blowout every time. So I think Tennessee's going to roll right over us. Rocky Toppin and Lexington.
Yeah, I think so as well. I wish I'd pull up the upset, but I just don't see it happening.
Nope, we can't score.
Yeah. But that brings us to our game of the week this week is number 15, Missouri, on the road at Vanderbilt, who's ranked 10th in the nation. Should be a really good game. I think it's going to be high scoring. But I do think Vanderbilt gets it done at home today. I think Pavia probably rushes for a lot against Missouri and probably throws 2 touchdowns at least. So I have Vanderbilt winning. I think this one's going to be close as well. I think it could be like a 3-point game. So
I'm the opposite.
you think Missouri's going to win?
I think Missouri wins. I
I,
mean,
I I hope they do.
they've played Alabama. They've played Alabama better than Vandy did, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Um, I think Missouri gets a win this week and kind of this is the game that puts Missouri in the playoffs and kind of pushes Vandy out a little bit.
yeah.
So I think I pick Missouri. I'm going Missouri.
If you're Vandy, it's a huge game because you got Tennessee coming up in a couple weeks at Tennessee.
Right.
So you don't want to have 2 losses going to Tennessee. So,
I agree.
but that pretty much covers our football so far. So we'll see. I don't think there's any other games today, that we are worth mentioning. I think it's mostly SEC this week. So what is that? I can't say it.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
What was that?
Yeah, that's awesome. Exciting week of college football. There's a lot of big games on this week.
Yep.
But Jordan, let's mention some college basketball here.
Let's do it.
First, we're going to talk about the good old Kentucky Wildcats last night. Number 1 team in the nation coming to Lexington in Rupp Arena. Purdue and Kentucky. Didn't feel like an exhibition game, I'm sure, in Rupp Arena. First possession, Purdue came out and hit a 3-0. Other than that, Kentucky led every second of the game. We dominated from start to finish without our starting point guard and without another starting center, Jaden Quaitnance and Jalen Lowe. I think we're going to be really, really good this year. And if that's the number 1 team in the country, I mean, Hate to say it now, but where's that number 9 at, Jordan?
Yeah, I know it.
If
Uh,
if that's the best offense in the country and the best defense and like the best team, like better watch out.
yeah, and I will say I watched a little bit of it, and from what I watched, Jasper Johnson looked pretty good yesterday.
This is what I'll say. So Otega Owe, SEC preseason player of the year, right?
Yeah,
Jalen Lowe out this game, so someone's got to step up.
yeah,
Jasper Johnson didn't get the start. He led the way in scoring with 15 points. Okay, get this. He led the way in scoring with 15 points. Kentucky scored 78 points as a team. Guess how many minutes Otega Owe played?
like 15.
17.
Yeah, I knew it was something like that.
Guess how many minutes their best player played in the evidently the player of the year at the point guard position?
Probably all of them.
34.
Yeah,
So you can't tell me that neither team was not coaching to win. If anybody wasn't coaching to win, Kentucky wasn't coaching to win, and we still whipped that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That was a. I watched some of it, and from where I looked, Rupp Arena looked like electric
Oh yeah.
yesterday. So
I'm
Kentucky
going to
looks.
Louisville, November
That's,
12th.
yeah, that'll be a good game. Speaking of Louisville, Kansas played Louisville yesterday.
Yep.
They have a freshman, Darren Peterson. I don't know if you've got to watch him.
I have.
But he's a real deal as well.
Who won that game?
Kansas did.
That's what I thought.
They won 90-82, I believe.
Okay.
It was a close game, but I watched a lot of it, and Kansas really they controlled the game for the most part. I turned it off, and it was like 84 to like 68. So, and Kansas put a lot of younger guys in. So, um, but Kansas may be okay this year. They're very young,
Right.
very young. So, but well, we'll talk about Alabama. We had an exhibition game last week against Florida State. Very high scoring. We won 109 to 105.
No
Not,
defense.
not a lot of defense. We were missing two starters. Jaleel Bethea, a transfer from Miami, and Latrell Wrightsell tore his Achilles last year, so he's still trying to work his way back from that. But the guy for Alabama this year is LeBaron Fallon. That dude, he's a stud.
Okay.
I think it'll be him and Otega Owe for Player of the Year going at it all year. So
There's a couple people in the SEC that'll go
yeah,
at it. The Hubbard kid,
yeah.
the boy for Tennessee.
I don't know if you wouldn't have said the boy from Tennessee. I could have told you his name because I had it and I forgot it.
Dang it. Anyways, I think he's like number 4 or something like that. Uh,
Yeah,
anyways, he's really good too. But yeah, speaking of Alabama, Mo Diabate, transfer from Alabama,
yeah,
fit in a Kentucky jersey, perfect last night. I'll just say that he played great.
yeah, yeah. Whatever. You can have Modi. We went out and we got Taylor Balboa from Florida State actually transferred. He's 7 foot tall, but he plays a three. I mean, he runs the floor, can shoot a little bit. He didn't look bad, but no defense. If you're Alabama, you want to see some defense. You can't let Florida State score 105 points on you.
I agree. That's kind of the opposite for the Cats. Last year we couldn't play any defense, couldn't guard a broadside of the barn.
Yeah,
This year that's kind of been Mark Pope's identity is focusing on the defensive end of the ball, and
yeah,
we held Purdue to 65 points. So
yeah. No, there hasn't really been too many games happened yet. There's just been a couple exhibitions, but November 3rd,
Ten- Tennessee, Tennessee's looking good. Uh,
was it Ohio State that they had an exhibition game against?
I don't know if they've played yet, but I've just like saw some stuff online and stuff like that, and Tennessee's been looking good. They got some young kids, but Jordan, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Can you remember a time when Rick Barnes has recruited a young, or not recruited, but got younger guys on his team and had success? Tennessee's always been the top to have those veterans
Yeah.
and those old heads that play physical and don't turn the ball over, fundamentally sound. It'll be interesting to see if Rick Barnes can coach these young cats.
Yeah.
And
So they actually have an exhibition game tomorrow
okay.
Tennessee, against Duke.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And Duke, I don't know if you've seen. I think his name's Cameron Boozer.
Yep.
He is a stud. I
Yep.
think he had an exhibition game a couple of days ago. He had like 33 points.
Wow.
So I think he's the real deal. So I'll probably watch that one tomorrow and just get a look at Tennessee and Duke, see
Yeah.
what they look like. So
I personally think the days of having success at the college basketball level with young talent is over.
yeah,
You got to have 3 or 4 guys that are juniors, seniors, played it 3 or 4 years. The difference between a man and a bullet, okay? You ain't gonna
yeah.
win with boys anymore at the college level.
I, I
Great.
think I think it's kind of the same, but I think you also have to have a couple of those young guys though,
I'm right there with you.
because I think you need to have
Speed.
like Jasper Johnson's a freshman, right?
Mhm.
You need somebody like that along with Otega Owe, who's played a
Yeah.
couple years.
Yeah.
Or if you're Alabama, you need, LeBaron Philon's a younger guy,
Yeah.
but you have Latrell Wrightso, who's hurt right now, but he's been there for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And they have Aiden Holloway, transfer from Auburn, who's been there for 3 years.
Right.
So I think you need a good balance. And I think there's a lot of teams in the SEC that do have that balance. But,
I agree with that. The Calipari is a great example.
yeah.
He tries to get these one and dones, freshmen. You ain't gonna win with that anymore.
No.
And I
And
think you've seen.
it worked for a while at Kentucky, but that's when you had Kyrie Irving,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Kyrie went to Kentucky, didn't he?
Yes.
I believe. Where he go to Duke?
No, he went to Kentucky.
Okay. AD.
No.
No, Kyrie went to Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah. AD went to Kentucky. That's who I was thinking of.
Yeah.
But like, you don't have anybody like that coming through anymore. You don't have any Anthony Davises. Or Devin Booker went to Kentucky, didn't he?
Oh yeah, we got Anthony Davis, Devin Booker, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean,
You don't have people
they've
like
played
that
at
coming
Kentucky.
through anymore, though.
No,
I mean,
you saw last night or 2 nights ago when the Thunder played the Rockets and little old Reed Shepherd got on the floor, and I feel bad for him, man. He got bullied.
Yeah.
Bullied.
Yeah. There's one like every couple, like Cooper Flagg
Yeah.
was at Duke last year, and I think he's going to be a stud.
Yeah.
But who else besides that? The last two, like the year before that, the first overall pick was not. I mean, he was Zach Richelet from France, didn't play in college basketball.
Yeah.
And then the year before that was Wemby, didn't play college basketball.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not a lot coming from the college level that's just, like the ADs, Shea, Devin Booker, those guys. So it's a different type of basketball now.
Did you hear about the ordeal with the G League thing?
Yes, I saw that.
Louisville, so you can do I never knew you could do that.
I don't like how you can do that.
Yeah.
Really, though, because you get to go play against guys that are – some of them get caught up on a two-way contract to go play in the NBA.
Right.
And you're like, oh, I maybe have some eligibility left, so I can go play college. And I've been playing against pro-level competition.
Well, here's what I'll say about that. Why doesn't the NBA just do away with the G League?
Yeah, if you're going to do that, then
kind of force these guys to stay in college.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're the NBA, you're basically paying these guys to play basically more college basketball when college basketball would do it for free, and you wouldn't have to spend that money, and you could spend more money on the NBA players. So
yeah, or just don't let them go back to college once they're in the G League.
Yeah, make it a rule. But
yeah, I don't know. I didn't agree with that. I saw that the other day, and I didn't agree with that at all.
And all the gambling stuff that's going on.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's insane.
I think Chauncey Billups just got put in the Hall of Fame last year.
Yeah.
So
pretty wild.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you got anything else, Jordan?
I think that about covers it. About to go watch some college football. So
me too. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Make sure to tell your grandmas, grandpas, friends, family to listen to us. Jordan, what do we always do?
Stay locked.
Stay locked, young'uns, grandmas, grandpas. Thanks for listening to the podcast, and we'll see you on the next one.